Hey guys, it's Purav from PDTechHD, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my impressions with the Galaxy S4, some pros and cons after about a week's of usage. So let's get started. Alright, now I just want to stress that this is not a full review. The full review will be coming in about a week or 2 weeks or so stay tuned for that. But you can count this as a review, kind of a mini review if you will. Because I'm just going to be stating some of the pros and cons that I've so far experienced with the device. So first of all, let's start with some of the cons. So one of the cons that I've seen is that there's a bit of lag when closing some of the apps and returning to the home screen. So for example, if I open up Twitter here, as an example, Okay, so if I close out of this, okay, there's not that much lag now, but sometimes it does actually happen, quite bad lag. Okay, let's try the camera app. Okay, there was a bit of lag there. And generally, sometimes scrolling through the home screens and stuff, it is quite snappy, but it just depends. If you've got a lot of background notifications coming in, or apps updating, or you've got a lot of background applications open, then it does lag quite a bit. So that's just something to bear in mind. At the moment, I've got quite a few apps open, so I'm not sure why none of the apps are lagging. It could have just been that was a temporary thing, but believe me when I said it, guys, some of the apps do lag after a while. Again, it could just be this device, or it could just be that at that one time the S4 was just under high pressure for whatever reason. But that was just something I noticed. Another negative is that the settings menu has now changed into this kind of layout, sort of a 4-column layout. So there's connections, there's my device, accounts, and more. And the annoying thing is you can't swipe between these menus. So it's quite annoying, because if you have to go to check the software information, like what version of Android, you have to tap on more and then go to about device and whatnot. You can't just scroll between the settings. It would have made sense for them to make the settings a bit scrollable. Again, these are just minor kind of negatives, but it's just something I thought I'd point out. The final sort of con, at least in this week of usage, is that over here, it's going to be a bit hard to show this on camera, but if you can kind of make out, this band here is actually a bit loose, and I can sort of get my nail under it. It's going to be hard to show on camera, but let me try. Okay, can you kind of, wait, okay, here, wait, there, can you sort of see that there's a bit of a gap in between, so it's not flush into the device. And this has been noted out by one other reviewer that I saw. I think his name's Androidizen, something like that. I'll link to his video in the description as well. But he listed quite a few problems with the S4, saying that it's a rushed phone and stuff like that. So check that video in the description and make your own opinion with it. But from that video, the only thing, well, one of the few things that I could agree with was that the band is indeed loose, at least on this model. And if he's having it, it could be on another model as well. It could be on quite a lot of them. It could be on all of them. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the negatives, and there's only 3 so far. Like I said, there will be more if I actually find any for the full review. So stay tuned for that. But this is just an impressions video, like I said. Okay, so one of the other sort of actually last negative that I would have to say is the vibration. The vibration on the S4 is really loud, guys. If I show you, for example, let me just switch this into vibrate mode. Okay. And then we're going to turn Wi-Fi on, so that should give me some notifications, maybe an email, maybe Facebook, I'm not sure. So let's just wait and see. I'm just going to put it on the desk and just lower the camera. Alright, so the first kind of pro that I want to mention is that the speaker is really loud. The speaker's on the back, so it does get covered, obviously if you have it flat on the surface or whatever, but it is really still loud. And just to show you that, I'm just going to play a few seconds of this song by Overwork, 1230. I have permission to use this song. A link to a tweet showing the permission is in the description. But anyway, let's just play it. Okay, so that was on about 70% volume, I'd say, maybe 75 or 80, depends really how you count it, but roughly about 70-75%. So you could see that it was quite loud. Hopefully the camera picked it up well, and that's one definite great thing about the S4 in comparison to or other phones out there. I know that the HTC One has that boom sound, but I haven't tried that like properly myself, so I can't really compare it to that. But I can compare it to the S3, which I've used for quite a few months now, and it's definitely louder than the S3. Okay, so one other thing I really like is the ability to delete screenshots from the notifications. So if I take a screenshot, which you do by pressing the sleep wake button and the home button at the same time, so let's just do that. Alright, and there we go, it's captured a screenshot. It gives me a notification saying screenshot captured, and as you can see here, with Jelly Bean you have contextual notifications that you can sort of, you know, swipe up to expand. Swipe up to collapse and swipe down to expand. But with the S4, what you can do with screenshots is now you can delete them. Whereas with the S3, if I just bring the S3 in, basically, if I do a screenshot of here, of the app drawer, let's say, okay, and then when I bring it here, the only options I get is share. So if you compare it, you get delete, edit, share on the S4, which is on the left, and on the right, the S3, you only get the share option. So it's a lot more contextual, like I said, and it's a lot better as well. It's more convenient. Alright, so one other positive with the S4 in general compared to S3, and also like just in general, is the notification toggles. Now with TouchWiz, that's always one benefit of TouchWiz, where you get these notification toggles at the top. With the S3, I believe it was only like 10, and you could customize the top 10. Whereas with the S4, you can see all of them. And if you don't like this kind of scrolly view, you can press this button here, and then there you go, you've got them all in sort of a grid view, and you can just enable and disable them as you wish. So at the moment I've got Wi-Fi on, I've got the vibrate mode on, because obviously I wanted to show you the vibration loudness. I've got air gesture on, which I'll move on to in a bit, and I've got sync on, which basically showed me that Facebook notification that you saw just before. So yeah, so that's notifications. Alright, so moving on to gestures, I did a separate video on this, so that link will be below the like button in the description. It's called Samsung Galaxy S4 First Look, where I looked at all the kind of gestures and all the kind of software features that the S4 brings in terms of dual camera and other stuff. So you can check that out. But one thing I forgot to mention was if we go into, where is this, motions and gestures, and we go into air gesture, there's a feature here called quick glance. When the screen is off, reach towards your device to see important information at a glance. Alright, so I've got that turned on, so I just wanted to give you guys a demo of that. So let's just do that. Alright, so this is quick glance. You can see your number of missed calls, unread text messages, and also the battery level. Alright, now the final positive I wanted to touch on is called WatchON. So that kind of rhymed there. But anyway, basically WatchON, what it allows you to do, you can sort of see what shows are coming up and stuff like that. But the cool stuff is that you can use this actually as a remote. If you look over here, this is the IR kind of sensor. So this can, you know, you can talk to your set-top box or your TV, and you can change the channel and stuff like that. But if we just go into mine here, so you can see I've got TV, so that's the main TV. If we swipe over, we've got DVR, so in my case that's the Skybox. And because I've got Sky Plus, I can actually, you know, record, pause, fast forward, rewind, and all that kind of stuff. And these buttons do actually work, guys. I'll try and show a demo of this in the full review, but just for now, just very quickly, if you press, for example, let's say, for example, info, then it does show you the show info as it does on Sky kind of thing. And also if you go to the like back button, that will actually do the backup function. That's equivalent on your Sky remote. And I think that's about it really. For the AV receiver, basically, because we've got a sound system, there's a separate remote for that to control like the volume and the modes and stuff like that. So here you can change the source. So for example, if I connect the S4 to that sound system, or connect an MP3 player, iPod, anything like that, then I'll change the source to auxiliary. So I can do that right from the S4. So basically with the WatchON kind of application, you don't need a remote anymore, essentially. So if you lose your remote, or you just can't be asked to get it up, or to get up and go get it, or whatever it is, you know, you can just aim your phone at the set-top box, as long as you've configured it properly. Then it should pick it up. Very briefly on the setup process, I found it quite easy, because all you do is you type in your postcode, and then it gets you your local kind of signal sort of thing, if that makes sense, and then it asks you your device brand. So in my case it was Samsung TV, and then from there it basically tells you to press a button, and then it says, does the set-top box recognize it? If yes, you know, carry on. If no, try again. So basically it will send you a different code, and then it will sort of interact with the set-top box and see if that connection works instead. and eventually one of those connections will work. I think there's about 7 or 8 of them, so you know you're guaranteed to get your TV and set-top box working fine with the S4. No issues on that, so that's definitely a positive of the Galaxy S4 so far. But overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this sort of mini review in a way, 1 week on kind of thing with the Galaxy S4. Stay tuned for the full review, and stay tuned for one more video before the review. I'm not quite going to say what it is yet, but I think you guys will like it. Something different, as is this video. I've never sort of done this kind of video before, and the next video also I've never done it before, so hopefully you guys like it and enjoy it and are excited for that. Stay tuned for the full review again, like I said, and I did do this in a live kind of style rather than voiceover, because I've noticed that I've done voiceover quite a lot and I wanted to go back to the live style like I did originally. So let me know which style you guys prefer. Hopefully this video is not too long. I can see it's going about 4 minutes, at least this edited bit. I'm going to obviously have to mash all the clips together, but I'm still doing it live style. So, you know, you can see me like scrolling through the home screen now. It's 4:18, so just so you know that it's live and not edited. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Check out the last video, which was a unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S4. The box is right here, but it's obviously unboxed now, and you can check out that unboxing on your screens now. Check out the other Galaxy S4 coverage I've done, which is the first look, the gestures, and looking at it from a software-based point of view. Let me know what you guys thought of these pros and cons, initial pros and cons that I mentioned in this video. I'd really be interested to know your thoughts, especially because Quick Glance, I haven't really seen any video cover Quick Glance, so let me know what you guys think of that. Just to reiterate, Quick Glance was that feature where I put the phone flat, and then, you know, you put your hand over it, and then you can essentially get a quick glance to your missed calls, unread messages, and your battery level. So yeah, except I did it with the Android figure, which I thought was quite cool. So just keep it there. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Check out the last video, like I said, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know, comment what you thought of the features. And yeah, till next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.